The FBI has issued a warning for parents saying so-called criminal actors are using rideshare services to abduct children. Federal investigators say that while these cases are rare, they are issuing the warning to raise awareness. Retired FBI special agent, child abduction specialist, and the author of the book In the Name of Children, an FBI agent's relentless pursuit of the nation's worst predators, Jeffrey Reineck, is joining us live from California this morning. Thank you for joining us, sir.
Thank you.
So how did it come to this, that criminals are using ride-sharing apps like Uber and Lyft to try to kidnap kids? When did this begin, and why is it worth a warning here?
Offenders that prefer children are always going to be thinking about it and looking for ways to make it happen. When you think about rideshare, you're getting into a stranger's car, and you cannot predict beforehand what that person has done to set the car up. The important thing to know is that the driver controls the environment. And if the driver has rigged the car, for instance, or has arranged things to help them accomplish what they want to do, we have to always face the reality that we don't have total control. And I strongly recommend that parents always maintain control of the environment and where they are with their children.
Yeah, that was one of the things that struck me, is if you're in the car with your child, it's much less likely for this to happen. So is this parents calling an Uber for their kids to get into, or a Lyft, to be fair? I'm not saying this is one rideshare service over the other. Is it kids getting in the cars alone, not knowing who they're getting in the car with?
Well, I think it's not only that, but I'm also aware that people that plan these sorts of things, they'll plan for the reality that there'll be a guardian or an adult with the child, and they will have planned for how they're going to handle that guardian so they have the time alone with the child. My wife and I were talking about this last night, and I think it's important to be aware that child offenders are going to look for any opportunity they can to cause the physical contact with the child. Even the pornography, their ultimate goal is to be with children physically.
It's just sickening. I have myself driven for Uber and Lyft in the past, and I don't remember much of a background check. What type of screening process are these companies doing to make sure you don't have pedophiles or other nefarious types that are driving the cars that might come into contact with children?
Yeah, I don't know the measures that these rideshare companies take to vet their drivers. I do know, though, that as a parent, and I got to tell you that, you know, my children are grown now, but when they were young, I mean, I've had school buses stopped because I was so worried. And so I believe that parents always have to think ahead and what they're doing. For instance, a mom that leaves one or more children in a car and leaves it running so she can go in and get the mail or get this or get that, and then somebody comes along and takes the car with the children in it.
That is horrifying, but it's obviously a warning that parents like myself need to be aware of. And Jeffrey Reineck, thank you very much for stopping by and explaining that warning to us.
Thanks for having me.
It's going to come to a day when these rideshare companies are going to have to do strict background checks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just for peace of mind. Customers are not going to handle it well if they know they have one option, that they'll actually screen drivers for a criminal background. And
I've not only did I drove for those companies, but I actually have a friend that worked as a vice president for Lyft, and he was saying they just need more drivers constantly. So the goal is to get as many people on the platform as possible, and they don't check them that well, at least from what I remember, my personal experience. Things might have changed since 2018.
You're going to have to change. Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.